All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. Like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. The brother Shabab Amawan back at you with another lesson. And going into the title, all right, eat what's sufficient for you. All right, and what I want to do, inspiration came from this video on Instagram. All right, it says this study shall make you nervous. Okay, I'm gonna play the video. Lord willing, you can see it. You'll definitely be able to hear it, but I'm just waiting till it gets to the end so it can turn into the video. All right, so check it.
Insulin levels, which can be affected by too much sugar. This rat is perfectly healthy. Put him in a vat of water and he finds his way to safety every time. Now, look at this guy. What he's been eating is the equivalent of a North American diet, complete with all the fats and sugars we regularly consume. He doesn't know where to go. His brain has been damaged. These rats were totally normal, and then they turned into demented animals. They don't remember their learning after even a day. And as the challenge gets harder and harder, they fail more and more, just like a human with Alzheimer's disease. 36.2. In this lab, the belief now is that Alzheimer's is really diabetes of the brain, linked to insulin levels, which can be affected by too much sugar. This rat is perfectly healthy.
So, before I continue on, let me grab the scripture. Lord willing, you were able to hear it, right? Let me grab. This is Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that he that turns down the wisdom of the Lord, all right, you're going to basically walk around as a dead body out here in this society because you're dead to knowledge. Okay. So again, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding is truth. Okay, you're just as good as dead in this society. The man that wanders out of the way of the truth and puts his mind to the philosophies of this world, all right, you're gonna always remain as a person of the congregation of the dead. All right, because you have no understanding and stability in the society. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, like it tells you in Isaiah 33:6. All right, you have to have this wisdom in order for you to make it to the next level always. All right, that's why knowledge is always being increased at all times. All right, so this video, right, what it reminds me of our people. Okay, let me hear what she said again so I can break it down.
And he finds his way to safety.
So the rat was perfectly healthy. They put him in a bath salt, right? Nothing in his body, perfectly healthy. And what he did is he found his way back to where that drain was. It was almost like a rock for him, so he didn't drown in the water. But then they gave him the fats, the sugars of this world, the shit that we eat, and he was demented. He could not find his way to that little safe spot, that little rock. Okay. So what my point is, when you don't take in the word of the Lord, all right, you don't have a safe spot to run to. Okay. Scriptures tell you, let's grab, make it more sense, because what that rat was doing was the reason in the beginning. Okay, he was able to find a spot to land and chill was because he had a rock solid foundation, as you would say. It's an example. I'm trying to use it metaphorically of what happened with the rat, how it happens in the society with our people. All right. So when you have the names of the Lord, there's always a safe landing. All right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous man runneth into it is safe. You see? So as long as you abide by the word and the will of the Lord, and you're always doing what you're supposed to do, he's always going to make a way for you to be safe. As opposed to if you follow the ways of the society, okay, that's what that rat did. He ate the North American food products and it demented his brain. It's the same thing with the philosophies of this place, the philosophies of America. It destroys our people's minds, okay? So therefore, they are demented and have no safe landing to stand on. They have no rock solid foundation because they don't have Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai is your rock solid foundation, man. Okay, let me grab this. This is Matthew 13. Is it 13 or is it 7? I'll tell you right now. 1 second. It's 13. I mean, it's 7, Salakia. Hold on. All right, here we go. 7. So this is Matthew 7:24. The two foundations. Okay, that's what it says on the KJV side. On the NLT side, it says building on a solid foundation. Okay, Shalom, Sister Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shabrakatah. Okay, so it says building on a solid foundation. So it says 7:24 in Matthew. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him unto a wise man. So you're not even a man until you come into this truth. All right. The Lord is telling you, you are not a wise man. Okay. To be a man is to be wise. You're not going to be a man and consider yourself dumb. So you ain't no man because you ain't grow up. You see? But when you're a wise man, now you're a grown man. Okay. And a wise man is going to take heed to this word. So you ain't a man until you come into this truth. Okay. Same thing with a woman. Okay. A woman, you are not really a woman until you accept this truth and accept what's your duties as a woman for the Lord. That's when you become a real woman. Okay. We're not talking about the man and the woman of this society. Okay. We're talking about the man and the woman according to the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Because that's what only matters. All right. So it says, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. So in that video, what you just seen was you seen the rat in the first round. Okay. They put him in the water. He started to swim, and he found what? His rock solid foundation. Why? Because he was in his right mindset. Okay, he was in this healthy mindset. That's why it's important for us to constantly have that relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we can be healthy with the Lord and healthy in the choices we make. Okay, so the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, because it was founded upon a rock. So that rat found his rock solid foundation. He conquered the shit that was behind, that came with it. He had to swim his way and find his way to the rock. You know, if not, he didn't. You know, he would have drowned. Okay, so him having that rock solid foundation when the floods came. All right, the floods represent basically, you know, when these tribulations begin to happen to you. Okay, when it says the winds blew, the destruction comes. Okay, when anything that's basically trying to break your character and break you down from, you know, keeping your head up on the mission of the Lord. All right, when you're protected by the name of the Lord and doing the will of the Lord, he's gonna protect you. He's gonna be that fortress, that rock. You see, so everything that comes to attack you, it bounces right off because you're prayed up. You see. So that was basically a representation what the rat was doing. The rat was prayed up at that moment, let's just say. So he was able to find the actual safety spot, which was on top of that drain. Okay. Then it says, and if everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man. Okay. Unto a foolish man. Okay. Let's see what this word foolish goes into. Oh, wow. Okay, I got it. I was going to say Satan done took the word out. Okay. Woo, beautiful. Foolish, impious, godless. You see? So the Lord is comparing you to being godless. Okay. If you don't do the sayings that he is required to you to, has commanded you to follow. Okay. See what else it says. It says dull or stupid, as if shut up, headless, heedless, Salakia, heedless, blockhead, absurd. Okay. So you're stupid for not taking in the word of the Lord. Okay. The scriptures say, eat the title of the video. Okay. Eat what's sufficient for thee. Let's grab that real quick. Give me 1 second. This is Proverbs 25:16. It says, hast thou found honey? Eat as so much is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled with and vomited. All right, because when you come into the truth, all right, you got to learn how to eat it. You know, you have to drink the sincere milk, as the scriptures say. All right, you have to be weaned from the breast. Okay. To be weaned from the breast is to have that rock solid foundation, because you're learning the basics. In order for you to get in depth with the scriptures, you have to know the basics. Okay. The simple things that you know these people can't figure out. And once you understand those things, you're able to eat the meat, chew on the meat, and spit out bones. Okay. But if you don't have, you know, if your diet ain't right, okay, it ain't fed to you properly. All right, you just gonna chew on meat. You're gonna chew on meat. You're gonna chew on bones. You're gonna choke. You're gonna vomit. So you got to eat what's sufficient to you, right? But sufficient is what I wanted. Is the word sufficient, right? The word sufficient going into dahi. It says dahi. Yeah, it says sufficiency, enough. This is what I want. For according to the abundance of, out of the abundance of, okay, as often, Salakia, my bad, that's not what I wanted. I want, when you go to the Strong's definitions, it says uncertain derivation, enough, used chiefly with preposition in phases. This is what I want right here. The second part, the first word is able. The second says according to. You see? So the Lord is telling you, eat what's sufficient for you according to the scriptures, according to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai, not according to the philosophies of this world, okay, but according to what the Lord has put in a book for you, the manual for you to follow. And as long as you eat what's sufficient for you, that's good for you, okay, you're going to remain a healthy diet. You see, you're going to be fed what is good for you. You're not going to be caught up with different types of appetites, which these appetites will be, you know, metaphorically for these philosophies, okay? Because the food that you're given is the true bread of life. You're not going to hunger, okay? You're not going to thirst. It's the true water. Scripture said if they drink of this water, they shall thirst again, okay? But if they drink of the water of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, they shall never thirst. They shall never hunger. You see? So you're sustaining your appetite. You're filling your belly, okay, with what's sufficient to you according to Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So that's the same thing with that rat. That rat, you can look at it as, in a sense, it drowned the second time because it wasn't in that rock solid foundation, and it wasn't moving according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So now that's why the lady said it is demented, okay? Because it ate the North American products, the food of North America, which is already poisoned, okay? The people here the lady said he wasn't able to remember the rat what was supposed to be done, okay? So damn, I lost the train of thought. Fuck you, Satan. Man, yo, Satan, damn, that pissed me off. Anyway, continuing on, right? So like I said, as a matter of fact, let me play this video one more time. I hope y'all can see the video. Let me like I said, basically that rat was eating the philosophy. That's what I want to say. He was eating the philosophies of America. So he was demented. He was that man wandering out of the way of understanding and became dead amongst the congregation, became one of those that are of the congregation of the dead. Okay. Because you didn't have the mind of Yahweh, man. Okay. But let me play the video one more time. For anybody just tuned in.
Rat is perfectly healthy. Put him in a vat of water and he finds.
Let me get this up real quick. Hold on. Let me switch the camera view. Okay. Okay, so check this out. Ready? It's a little, still a little, there's too much blur, too much glare. So, hold on, just gonna get to the end. Here we go.
Insulin levels, which can be affected by too much sugar. This rat is perfectly healthy. Put him in a vat of water and he finds his way to safety every time. But now, look at this guy. What he's been eating is the equivalent of a North American diet, complete with all the fats and sugars we regularly consume. He doesn't know where to go. His brain has been damaged.
You see?
These rats were totally normal.
You see? So because he ate the North American philosophy, now this nigga's in the congregation of the dead. He lost. You see? He's bugged out. This is why we need Yahweh Shai. This is why we need to get the hell up out of America. This is why the Lord, all right, said, let me grab that real quick. Give me 1 second. Come up out of her, my people, which is in Revelations, all right, 18. Salaki is on the black screen. I just got it on my lap. But Revelations 18:4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Come out of what? Come out of America, the ways of America, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. All right. And the Lord said to be, let's grab this. This is 2 Corinthians. So like it's 2 Corinthians 6:14. And it says, be ye not unequally yoked, okay, together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion, okay, has light with darkness? Okay. So, you know, in order for you to come up out of the ways of the society, okay, come up out of Babylon, all right, you have to separate yourself from these unbelievers, have no fellowship with these people whatsoever, right? When you go to 17, it says, wherefore come out from among them, okay, be ye separate. To be separate means to be holy, okay? saith the Lord Yahushua, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So in the first video, when you saw the rat, okay, make it to safe landing, let's just say that he was separate from the society. He was not touching the unclean thing. So what did the Lord do? He sustained him. He protected him. Okay. The Lord said, if you touch not the unclean thing, I will receive you. To be received by the Lord. Let's grab that. Let's see what this word says in receive in the linear. It says, Ais dekomahi. Hold on. Dekomai.
Strong's G 1523. Isdechamai.
Isdechamai. All right. I don't believe that's the way you say it, because that nigga sound crazy. It says to receive kindly, to treat with favor. All right. To take into one's favor, and we are the Lord's favorite. You see? So we have to receive kindly and treat this truth with favor, man. Treat it with respect. Respect your power. Respect the creator of all things that created you and created this whole entire earth. Okay? And you're going to take it in with favor. You're not going to be a scoffer. You're not going to push it to the side. Okay? Because if you push it to the side, you condemn yourself. You're going to be marked for death. You turn down the Lord when he opened the door to you, when he opened his arms to you. He reached out his arm. He reached out his hand, and you pushed his hand away like a little kid. You know, when little kids don't want to be touched and you start fucking mocking their ass, and they just start, you try to touch them and they throw hands at you and shit. That's what you did to the Lord. You see? And when you do that, you become that second version of what you saw in the rat. Okay? The rat couldn't swim the second time because he didn't take heed of the word. So he had no what? He had no way, no rock solid foundation to stand on. That's why the scripture said, let's go right back real quick to Matthew 7. Right? That's why Matthew 7 said in 25, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended and the floods came and the winds blew and beat upon the house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it, because it wasn't rock solid foundation. That shit was a sandy ass foundation. See? Now you went from being called a king and a prince to your ass's name Sandy. your little bitch ass sandy ass house was not able to stand the tribulations, the torture that comes with it. All right, you weren't able to be able to conquer the bumps and the bruises because you never took heed of that word. Okay, but now let me go back real quick to that video. All right, we're about right here.
Complete with all the fats and sugars we regularly consume. He doesn't know of a North American diet, complete with all the fats and sugars we regularly consume. He doesn't know where to go. His brain has been damaged.
These rats were totally normal, and then they turned into demented animals. They don't remember their learning after even a day.
See? And that's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. We turned down the learning of the Lord. And because we turned the learning down the learning of the Lord, that's why those that are not meant to get it, their minds are not being stirred in the way of remembrance. Remember, the Lord said that I stir your minds into remembrance. He bringing us all back into remembrance. Let's grab that real quick. So, oh, I'm tripping. Let me grab that real quick. I stir your minds back into remembrance, KJV. 2 Peter 3:1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance. Be stirred up in your pure minds again is for the Lord to heal you, man, and convert you and bring you back into grace. Okay? The scriptures say, how withal should a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed of the word. Okay? So the Lord will stir your by when you take heed of the word, he stirs your mind back into the way of remembrance. Okay, let's grab this. Baruch 2 and 30. I'm gonna go up a little bit, maybe around 28. Baruch 2 and 28. If you do not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among nations, where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, so the Lord is stirring us back into our pure minds. Okay, and that's why that lady basically said what she said. They cannot remember no more, because they took a North American diet, and they're talking about food, but our people are taking that North American diet to this day, which is the philosophies, eating on the philosophies of this world, man. And it has our people dead state of mind, not knowing who they are. You see? Hold on, let me bring back that video again.
What he's been eating is the equivalent of a North American diet, complete with all the fats and sugars we regularly consume. He doesn't know where to go. His brain has been damaged.
These rats were totally normal, and then they turned into demented animals. They don't remember their learning after even a day. And as the challenge gets harder and harder, they fail more and more, just like a human.
And it's crazy because the Lord said after 3 days and a half, he shall revive us. He shall wake us back up. You see, stirring our ways back into remember. She said after a day, they forgot they forgot what they were, how to comprehend things in their brain. Okay. We've been days, and it's funny because 1,000 years is one day to the Lord. Okay. So we've been days lost in this wilderness, basically. Okay. But after 3 days and a half, the Lord was going to revive us. He was going to wake us up. And what did it say in Revelations 11 and 8? Great fear fell upon the people in the world, because we finally woke up. We're now breaking those strongholds. Okay.
Animals. They don't remember their learning after even a day. And as the challenge gets harder and harder, they fail more and more, just like a human with Alzheimer's disease.
36.2. In this lab, the belief now is that Alzheimer's is really diabetes of the brain, linked to insulin levels, which can be affected by too much sugar. This rat is perfectly healthy.
And basically what that is, all right, that's exactly what these niggas got. These niggas got some Alzheimer's disease because they can't remember the Lord. They can't remember the true way. Okay. The Lord said, let me grab this real quick. Bubba Shaw. Hold on. Let me change back the camera. Salakia, I look like a wet mop right now. I'm over here sweating because I have to close the windows, because then you start hearing too much of the whoo. All right. But let's grab this real quick. Salakia. This is Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Okay. Basically, to ask is you asking the Lord to remember the old ways, to stir your mind back into remembrance. Okay. Where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. You see, that's why that rat found rest in the first version. Okay, because again, metaphorically, we're looking at that rat like if he had the truth. So he had that rock solid foundation. So he found rest for his soul on top of that rock. All right, that drain. But the second time he eventually got there, you see how hard it was for him to get there though? He had to go through all the extra bullshit, the extra hell. When you don't turn to the Lord, all right, you're making it harder for yourself every single time to actually turn back to the Lord. That's why the Lord said, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, for sudden destruction come upon you. You see, you're not to put off day to day. Okay, you're supposed to take heed right away. Okay, a wise man is going to take heed to the word right away. He's going to add on to it. Okay, he's going to take heed to it because faith come by hearing. All right, so it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. Okay, and that's why you're going to be that second version of that rat always. Okay, always trying to find a safe landing and it can't get there. And if you do find it, all right, it might be too late for you, man. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty much the point that I made. You know, it's just, Spirit jumped on me on that video. I looked at it in a whole spiritual different point, a different aspect at that moment. I mean, so I figure out, you know, to the Spirit bring it out. Lord willing, it was edifying. So, hey, with that being said, hey, Shalom, brother Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Shalom, Shalom. But with that being said, giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Okakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that's scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aqua that's listening. And Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting good fight of faith. As always, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.